What is going on, guys? It's TheR0ckSpider here, bringing you a talent tree for a blood DK PvP spec, not PvE. If you want me to do something's caught in my throat. Oh, what the hell? It's like a sharp pain in my throat. That's really weird. Yeah, if you want me to do a PvE talent tree spec, like tank spec, I'll actually do it. But this one's PvP only, and make sure you leave a like and comment below if I'm doing something wrong or anything like that. But this is this is what I use, what talents I use in PvP. Anyway, let's jump into it. So my specialization, I'm in blood, so it's a tank spec, which I get 6 abilities: Death Strike, Rune Strike, Rune Tap, Heart Strike, Vampiric Blood, and Dancing Rune Weapon. You get these as soon as you spec into blood spec, and then if you're at the level 55 in DK start, you'll only have Death Strike and I think Rune Strike. As you level up, you'll get these abilities. Alright, let's jump into it. So talents. The first talent I usually choose is Rolling Blood. Your Blood Boil ability now also triggers Pestilence if it strikes a diseased target. So this ability here, Blood Boil, which is an AoE ability, target like procs another ability. I either get that for normal battlegrounds, like when there's 10v10, 20v20, 40, such and such yet. But if it's arenas, I rather get Unholy Blight. Surrounds the Death Knight with a vile swarm of unholy insects for 10 seconds, stinging all enemies within 10 yards every 1 second, infects them with Blood Plague and Frost Fever. So it allows me to deal quite a bit of damage, because more diseases you have on, longer they're on, more damage they do over time. More damage you do, faster and easier, well, not faster and easier, well, gives you a better chance of winning the game. So I put 1 in there for my level 56 talent. Alright, let's move to the second tier for DKs. It's 56, 57, 58. It's like different compared to like other classes, because they start at level 55 and not level 0. Alright, my next talent, I either go Anti-Magic Zone, which places a large stationary anti-magic zone that reduces spell damage done to party or raid members inside it by 75%. The anti-magic zone lasts for 10 seconds or until it absorbs all at least 136,000 damage. So in arena, this is really good if you come up against 2 DPS. So you could go this, or you can go Purgatory, which basically puts a shield, like when you're what attack would usually kill you, it absorbs all damage in like a shield for 3 seconds, I think it is. Yeah, lasting 3 seconds, and if you survive the 3 seconds, you come back alive with, I think it's like 10% health or something. But to survive this ability, like to survive past this ability, you have to out heal the amount of damage that you are taking. So if you get hit for like 500k in those 3 seconds, the healer has to heal you for 500k for you to survive, which is pretty hard to do in 3 seconds, but people do it, and it's pretty handy when you got a healer, say a priest or a pally, and I'm running with my DK in a 2v2 or 3v3. So it's pretty handy to have. So I usually spec into this one, so I'm going to click into that. The reason why I would pick this one over Anti-Magic Zone is because Anti-Magic Zone, it's a stationary shield, so once you use it, it comes down in one spot. And in arenas, you're constantly kiting, moving, like getting CC and stuff, so it's not the best thing to use all the time. It's good to survive initial burst damage of like 2 mages or something like that, but yeah. Alright, moving down to the next talent tree, level 58. No ifs or buts about it, but Asphyxiate is a must in arenas. Lifts an enemy target off the ground and crushes their throat, with dark energy stunning them for 5 seconds. Functions as a silence if the target is immune to stuns. So it's a stun or a silence basically. It replaces the Strangulate ability, and it's much better because it looks cool, because it lifts them up by the throat by like a dark bind, and then they just sit there strangled. Yeah, so that's a must need. Alright, going to the level 60 talent tree. You can either go 2 specs in here. Death Pack or Conversion. Death Pack, drain Vitality from an undead minion, healing the Death Knight for 50% of its maximum health and causing the minion to suffer damage equal to 50% of its maximum health, which is a 2-minute cooldown. This is really OP when you really need to like chuck some quick heals on yourself, because you summon your goal. So my Ray's dead, which I'm showing you now on the screen. You summon this, and then you hit Death Pack, and it'll heal 50% health of your health back. So at the moment I've got 420 HP, 420k, so that's 420,000 HP, and I'll hit that, and 50% of it come back. So if I'm at like 20k, I'll go up to about 140k ish. So that's really handy if you just need to like buff it up, like just get the quick heals on, so give the healer enough time. It's good to survive burst damage, and it's only a 2-minute cooldown, so that's pretty handy. Or you can go Conversion, 10 runic power plus 10 per second. So to cast it costs 10 runic power, and each second it's on, it's 10 runic power. This continuously converts runic power to health, restoring 3% of maximum health every 1 second. Only base runic power generation from spending runes may occur. This effect lasts until cancelled or runic power is exhausted. So this, it's an instant ability. You just click it on, and you can be healing like basically the whole fight as long as you keep your runic power up. And when you're getting hit and when you're hitting people, it's pretty easy to do. So that's pretty handy in arenas and battlegrounds. So you could either go 2 of them, but I much prefer the Conversion. But depending on what teams I'm coming up against, like in higher rated battlegrounds, like in 1800 plus, Death Pack is a lot more handy, because teams are a lot smarter, and they can just hit you down pretty quick with this, because it's 3% and this is 50%, and it's pretty much it's instant for this one, and that's over time. So, but for me, because I'm not at 1800 yet, because I haven't really gotten into arena that much at level 90 yet, because I'm leveling my other characters to 90, I'd much prefer to go Conversion. Alright, moving on to the level 75 talent. You can either go Blood Tap or Runic Corruption. If you get Conversion, I suggest going Runic Corruption, because when you land a damaging Death Coil, Frost Strike or Rune Strike, you have a 45% chance to activate Runic Corruption, increasing your rune generation rate by 100% for 2.36 seconds. So Conversion, if you remember what I said, costs 10 runic power every 1 second. Like every second it's on, and that heals you 3% of your maximum health. So if you have this on, it gives you 100% regeneration rate. So you'll have, like, it's really handy, because you'll have like full runic power for 2.36 seconds, and that's really handy when you're running low on runic power and you're about to die. You can just keep Conversion on, because it procs Runic Corruption, so it's pretty good. But Blood Tap, each damaging Death Coil, Frost Strike or Rune Strike generates 2 blood charges up to a maximum of 12. Blood Tap consumes 5 blood charges to activate a random fully depleted rune as a death rune. This is handy because it stacks on Rune Tap as well, converts 1 blood rune into 10% of your maximum health. So when you have like 12 blood runes, you hit this and it'll heal you of like 100, I think it's like 120k almost, it can heal you up to, which is really handy. So in arena you could either go either of these, but I much prefer to go Blood Tap, but I've found that Runic Corruption is really handy. Moving on to the level 90 talent. These are really interesting talents actually. You have Gore, Finn's Grasp, Shadowly Trendles coil around all enemies within 20 yards of a target, hostile or friendly, pulling them to the target location. So it's like a death grip to everyone around 20 yards. So just pulls everyone in. So if you need to get someone off the heal, that's really handy if your death grip is off cooldown. So that's pretty handy, but I do not go that, because in arena there's only 1 or 2 other people. Remorseless Winter surrounds the Death Knight with a swirling tempest of a frigid air for 8 seconds, chilling enemies within 8 yards every 1 second. Each pulse reduces the target's movement speed by 15% for 3 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Upon receiving a 5th application, an enemy will be stunned for 6 seconds. So this is like another silence, another CC, so I go this one, just because like it's another CC and it's really handy. This one corrupts the ground in 8-yard radius beneath the Death Knight for 10 seconds. While standing in this corruption, the Death Knight is immune to effects that cause loss of control, the ability to instantly remove such effects when activated. But like I said, it's not as good as what this one does, and that is what I go. So I'm going to learn these, and you should get a few new abilities. The new abilities you'll have is Asphyxiate, it's down here. Dancing Rune Weapon for the blood spec. Conversion. Where is it? Come on, gotta find it. Oh, and Runic Corruption. So there we have it, guys. This is the blood spec talent trees. I hope you enjoy. Oh, there it is. I hope you enjoy. This is my first of many. I'll probably do one for Frost spec and Unholy spec, and then I'll do one on my Warlock and Shaman. So if you stay tuned, I will eventually post them. Anyway, this is the TheR0ckSpider out.